Nails. Well, you caught me at a really interesting time with my nails. My nails, first of all, are very fake. When I started busking, I used to try to grow my nails, and I soon ended up with bloody nubs. Just bloody nubs. Bloody ugly and bloody. And I remember that there's a fellow musician in town at the time. His name was Damien, I think. And he had these nails. Not as nasty and ugly as mine are at the moment. But I just looked at them and I went, man, what kind of milk are you drinking? What kind of are you like heavy on your dairy or something? Because those are the thickest, greatest nails I've ever seen. I need some nails like that. And he said, they're fake. He said, I said, where did you, nice one, bird. Where did you go to get those? And he said, Shaney Beauty Clinic, which is also just down the road. And so I did. I hit up Shaney Beauty Clinic, and when you open the door of any kind of nail shop, you just get high instantly. It's like, holy shit. That's a heavy chemical smell. And so I used to go to them for quite a few months until I started touring so much that I had to get my own nail kits and do it myself. And at the moment, you've caught me at a really particularly nasty time in my nail cycle. This is well after a tour, and I'll take off my nails. Like I can peel them off after a tour after about a month. And then when I'm doing something like recording or something like that, because I need to give them a break in between touring, I can just glue the old ones back on. So I glued these ones back on, but then I was at the Garma Festival, and I didn't have my nail kit, and my nails are coming off, and I knew I was probably going to do some workshops and some gigs at the Garma Festival. So the MacGyver way of doing your nails on the road, if you have no nail equipment, like powder and acrylics, it's like a heavy kind of, it's like fiberglass, it's like doing surfboards, is you get, the first time I did it was in Manjimup Hotel in the toilet, and you get either like paper towel or toilet paper, and so your nail grows out a bit, like the fake nail grows out, like you can see that one, it grows out. Isn't that nasty? And it goes out, and so you want to fill this back end so it doesn't keep on lifting up. And so what you do is you put heaps of super glue down, and then you put a bit of toilet paper down, and then you put super glue on top of that, and you put another piece of toilet paper down, and then you kind of file it all back, and it's a full street fiberglass style. And so that's what I got at the moment. I got some nasty ass shit on my hands, man. But it does the job. It helps me funk it. And it feels real, you know, it feels real. It doesn't feel fake. I can't take those other things. They just fall off and get caught up. So there you have it. I think my favorite musical memory is going just down the road here in Fremont, just over the bridge. Not too far over the bridge, just enough. In a place called the Cave Bar. And I hitched up from Pinjarra when I was 16. And I indulged, and I walked into this room, into one of the most happening scenes I'd ever encountered in all my life. And there's this band called the Book of Funk playing, and it was pumping, man. This place was just happening. All the stars had aligned in more ways than one. And I walked into something that I'd never experienced before, where you just are kind of funking out pretty hard, and the whole room is, and it's kind of dingy, and it's funky, and it's sweaty, and the band are just on fire, and everybody's just letting their hair down. And that was the first time I've ever experienced anything like that. I went, oh, this is pretty cool. And that was way before I ever decided to be like a performer. That was like about 7 years before. It just touched me, that moment. That one, and I think another one was watching Jeff Lang for the first time at the Fly By nightclub just down the road. That freaked me right out. My friends from school, some old friends from school, so you should come to see this guy play. And so I did, and that's the gig I describe as like going to church. It was pretty heavy. It just completely blew my mind. And then 2000 Blues Fest, watching Midnight Oil for the first time. It was an ass kicker. So those are the three main pivotal moments. And well, actually there's four. And my latest was Rage Against the Machine, watching them in Lisbon, in Portugal. That was also That was probably the best live gig I've ever seen, I think. It'd be like Jet, whoa, God, all three of them. Yeah, Book of Funk, Jeff Lang, Midnight Oil, Rage Against the Machine. That's all the ingredients. Funk, roots, Aussie rock, and then kind of all of it together with a little less roots with Rage. What makes me decide to choose some songs to record and play and others not? That's a funny thing that like Waited for You and Tomorrow I'll Be Home Today. I really like those songs. They just slip through the cracks sometimes. I can't explain it. There's so many songs that I write and I end up forgetting. And they might have their time and their place. It just depends. It's like, you know, when you have so many children and one of them, you have a few runts. They don't deserve to be runts sometimes. They just end up being runts. Not all of them can get to the teat. So that and usually flow, you know, and sometimes just I just move on. I've written other songs that I'm kind of more interested in because I've just written them, and they're kind of exciting to me and a bit more relevant to where I am in the world. But yeah, sometimes I feel sorry for those songs. They're good songs. I go, maybe you didn't get what you deserved, but maybe they still will. You never know. It's early days.